Homeowners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Out on the McLaren camera, you can't see much, and that's because of the ice. We've had that coat the lens, and we've actually been seeing icy conditions on roadways too. Plus, there's still snow out there. Looking at our visibility, it's dropped down to below 2 miles in Charlotte and Hillsdale, as well as Adrian. That's going to be falling on top of the icy roadways. Could lead to some very slippery spots at times. Main roads, maybe not so much, but we'll still be taking a look at those conditions coming up as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News This Morning.
Well, as you just heard, be ready for slippery roadways and sidewalks this morning that are already causing slowdowns. Good morning, Mid-Michigan. It's Thursday, February 6th. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thank you so much for joining us.
6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. Most of Mid-Michigan is currently under a winter weather advisory that is expected to remain in effect until 9 o'clock this morning.
It's due to a wintry mix of precipitation that moved into the region overnight, which included freezing rain, causing some pretty slick travel conditions in spots.
Now here is a live look with our quad cam. You're looking at Lansing, Jackson, Grand Ledge, and Hillsdale, and those streets looking pretty shiny right now. Now let's take a look at our exclusive traffic tracker, and a lot more yellow than at this same time about an hour ago. A couple red spots too. Now road crews are trying to clear the ice off of those roadways, but you still need to leave early, slow down, and have an emergency kit in your car. Reminder, drivers must stay at least 200 feet away from a snow plow that is actively working, or you could be ticketed. And at last check, roughly 25 MDOT snowplows are scattered across mid-Michigan, so be aware.
Staying on the road, the city of Lansing says part of Magnolia Avenue will be closed due to a sewer repair. Crews will close it at Michigan Avenue, and this will last until tomorrow. In the meantime, drivers should take a different route, such as heading north or south on Fairview Avenue.
Pothole season is quickly approaching, and so the state is making sure you have the right information you need to report one if it's becoming a major problem where you live. Fluctuating temperatures cause a freeze-thaw effect. When moisture seeps into the pavement and then freezes, it causes the ground to expand and it pushes the pavement up, creating a gap. When vehicles drive over that gap, the pavement weakens, leading to a pothole. So you can report them by calling 888-296-4546. You'll also find information under the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com.
Pro-Palestinian students continue to call on Michigan State University administrators to cancel any financial investments with companies in or related to Israel as a way to oppose the war in Gaza. They held a community town hall last night and invited the university's president and board of trustees. However, they say not a single one showed up.
MSU, you can't hide! MSU, you can't hide! You are funding genocide! You are funding genocide!
Hundreds of students were at the town hall calling for divestment from Israel. Organizers from a pro-Palestine coalition say that at least 4 members of the Board of Trustees said that they would attend the meeting, but ended up sending a last-minute email saying they no longer planned to go. Organizers say the university has only held meetings on this topic behind closed doors in bad faith. However, MSU has claimed over the last year that it has no direct investments in Israeli companies.
Lansing police are now applauding their K-9 Luca after he successfully tracked down the suspects in an armed robbery over the weekend. It happened on the south side of Lansing. The 2 suspects ran off and Luca led police on a lengthy track before finding them in an abandoned house. The suspects surrendered without incident and were taken to jail.
Today, President Trump is expected to speak at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, D.C.
His appearance won't stop him, though, as he continues to make sweeping changes to the federal government and national culture. Here for you now to explain is Jared Hill.
At the White House, President Donald Trump continued to make good on his promise to change the federal government, signing a new executive order banning transgender athletes from women's sports.
From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
It's the latest in his sweeping set of overhauls by executive action.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
facing new pushback from the East Coast to the heartland.
We need to enforce the laws that are on the book, that you can't just simply expand your powers as president simply by saying it.
In an effort led by Elon Musk to shrink the federal government, today is the last day for federal workers to take a buyout. And nearly all of the 10,000 USAID employees, the agency that works to feed the world and fight disease, are set to be put on leave as of midnight tomorrow.
USAID projects play an integral part of America's foreign policy objectives, and we do all of this with less than 1% of the national budget.
Meanwhile, President Trump is standing by his idea to have the U.S. take over the Gaza Strip.
Everybody loves it.
But wouldn't elaborate on the suggestion to send in American troops and permanently remove Palestinians. His administration is walking back some of the rhetoric.
The president has made it clear that they need to be temporarily relocated out of Gaza for the rebuilding of this effort. Again, it's a demolition site right now.
Now, the president could be setting his sights on another place to make cuts, the Department of Education. Jared Hill, CBS News.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, across mid-Michigan this morning, we're seeing some icy roads, and our Capitol camera is a good example. Main roadways where you've had a lot of plows, plenty of salt, they should be doing okay right now, but you have roads that are less traveled and they are still covered in sleet and ice. We are also seeing some snow out there too. On our satellite and radar, it just kind of blips out of existence, but that's because it's dipping underneath the radar beam. So our eye in the sky with the radar can't pick it up. We have to look at the sensors on the ground to tell us that, and visibility is not doing great. The best we have is Jackson at 4 miles, other spots down below the 2-mile mark, which I personally look for safety. That value, not going to be very impressive for the rest of the morning. Still seeing that chance for some snow, some wintry mix, and then that's with temperatures that are in the 20s, so that whatever falls will be sticking around. Jackson, from Jackson, doesn't probably want to go outside today. Even with the adorable hat and coat, it's still not pleasant. Plus, in the afternoon, we'll have winds pick up to 30 to 40 miles an hour, and you don't want your pets to go flying. Not to mention us, because it's still slippery out there, and the wind is going to act as the universe's way of trying to make you fall today. So if you can, stay inside. You don't want to have any kind of slip and falls.
And like what I always say, if
Jorma loves it.
yeah, if you can get video of that, that'd be great.
Yeah, send it in, WLNS.com/share. You can make his morning.
I know, right?
Actually, no, if people are in the area, send in pictures of what your roads look like, neighborhoods, main streets.
Yeah.
Be my eyes, please.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, us here at TV6 are also getting ready to celebrate the 75th anniversary of WLNS TV this year, and we could use your help.
If you have any pictures or videos from back in the day, we set up a folder for you to upload your memories. To share them, just head to WLNS.com/75.
Yeah, we'd love to use them on the air, and if you're willing to talk about it on TV, let us know in the comments, and we may be in touch.
Coming up, the newest Miss USA made a stop right here in mid-Michigan, and we'll tell you why in our What's on the Web segment.
All right, the time, 6